The movie is Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, Nocturnal Animals on Blu-ray. This movie is a drama and a thriller. The year 2006.
2016? How did I get that wrong? 2006? 2016, man. Get it right.
It is on for 1 hour and 56 minutes. Directed and the screenplay by Tom Ford. Screenplay by Tom Ford, directed by Tom Ford. Why don't you just have it as one thing? What's that about? Based off the novel Tony and Susan by Austin Wright. Starring Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Shannon, Eliza Fisher, Armie Hammer. Such a random name, that. Armie Hammer. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, the guy who becomes friends with Godzilla at the end of the Godzilla movie. Tagline for the movie. The tagline for the movie is, when you love someone, you just can't throw them away. Who better think you can? Age rating for this movie is a 15. Sorry, Jake Gyllenhaal, but there's a 15. Budget for this movie is $22.5 million. It's a lot of money. So here's a little bit about the movie. Hey, Annie's over top me in the Traveller's Rest. What's she reading? She might be reading this. When a woman receives a package from her ex-husband containing his new manuscript, or novel, a big book, which is also dedicated to her, she is very intrigued by this. Mainly because I don't think she's seen her for 20 years. It's a long time not to see somebody. But the novel is far from a fairy tale. As she starts to read it and reflect on her own life, her past with her ex-husband, she becomes very addicted to the novel, but finds it really hard to take in, understand, and really come to terms of the dark, unfortunate events her ex-husband has seemed to have gone through since he last seen her. And the novel blends fiction, real life. It's confusing, it's intriguing, it's quite baffling. It is Nocturnal Animals. Fun fact about this movie, Focus Features paid £20 million for the distribution rights for this movie. That is the biggest, highest rated offer for a film in a film festival. That's the only fun fact I could really come up with. Except for Kim Basinger was going to be in the film, she was replaced. Aaron Taylor Johnson wasn't too sure about being in the movie until he's whining and dying by Tom Ford. Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams were going to work together on another film before Philip C. Hoffman died. Michael Shannon and Amy Adams are in Man of Steel again, Justice League. Random fun facts really. Tom Ford is a fashion designer, I'm sure, and has a new fragrance out soon. So, here's my review of the movie. Everyone else has given it 5 stars and 4 stars. How many concert bricks am I going to give it? As soon as Annie said Jakey G's got a new film out, my eyes rolled to the back of my head. I was like, lucky for me, Annie went to the pictures with her mum. Got out of that one, didn't I? But Annie really liked the movie that much that she wanted to go and see it again the next day. I got out of that one by buying her the soundtrack. I was really trying to avoid going to see this at the pictures. Now, Annie says this is one of the best movies of 2016. I personally think Deadpool was for the pictures for me. And the worst film last year for the pictures for me was The Witch. The Witch. This film looks interesting. The Void. Uh-oh, from the executive producers of The Witch. Yeah, that's another review. Okay, back to the movie. As soon as this movie starts, it is very interesting. The first half of the movie is very dark, fresh, and intense. Aaron's performance in this movie is absolutely fantastic. It's no wonder he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Actually, he won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. He's awesome in this movie. I did get a little bit confused as Amy Adams is reading, and as she's reading it and imagining what actually happened, Eliza Fisher plays Jake Gyllenhaal's wife in the story. Or the character of Jake Gyllenhaal's wife and stuff. It gets a bit confusing. There's 2 Jake Gyllenhaals in this movie, sort of. But then there's Amy Adams and Eliza Fisher. And that's not a ginger reference. They're the same height, they look the same, they've got ginger hair. So after the twist and turning of the story, the writing, and what's happening in real life, this film is really, really intriguing, interesting, and grabs you. The acting from everyone is really good. It's been filmed really well, been really thought out ahead of time of what they wanted and what they needed. The movie is a very dark, twisted version of The Lake House. I actually seen Lake House days before I seen this movie. Even wrote a review for it pages before I wrote this review. Seriously, Nocturnal Animals, The Lake House. This is one of them movies that keeps you thinking for days, as it blends stories together, mixes them up between time and people's perception, and does what a movie really should do, keep you thinking about it for days, making you want to revisit and rewatch it almost straight away. Just like Annie did, came out of the pictures, turned around again. This movie is really worth the watch. It is definitely worth owning. It should have more extra features than just the making of. A good comedy would have been quite good on this one. How many concert bricks out of 5 for a Jake Gyllenhaal movie? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, it is a 4 brick movie. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4-star movie. I really, really enjoyed it. Get rid of the bricks. I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. Definitely check out Nocturnal Animals. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
God, I feel like a nocturnal animal. That light in my face. Wow. Can we change angle? Sorry about that instant bad head. So I highly recommend you check out Nocturnal Animals. Right, this review's been really weird for me to do. Not only was it filmed nearly 2 years ago. I started editing this about 6 months ago, and this morning I've spent time prepping it, bringing it down. Took me 2.5 minutes out. That's a lot from like a first cut. So you know, I've said this before in my New Year video that you know, these reviews get filmed and then with all the jump cutting and all that every time you cut. You know, you bring it down, you've got to get it right, and then as you've seen earlier on the video where I made the mistake of the year, I mean, come on, it's only 2 years later. It's 2019 now. That's how long ago. Now, as you see from the story, it's a bit weird when JTG messages in the past and writes about his ex-wife and stuff like that. Me and Annie have split up. We've been split up now for nearly 6 months, and that's what's really weird about releasing this review now. Now, I did speak to Annie while we were separating and stuff going. I need to buy Nocturnal Animals again. And I said, you know, this review would come out, you know, and I think as well, I think that really gives, like, you couldn't write that. I couldn't write it then to know that I'm doing this now, especially where the reviews. Yes, the Spanish version of 1408 is meant to come out. Chris Davies, I need to track down Chris Davies to film his cameo still. That's a year in the works, but you know, the way the film is, the fact that, you know, it's past relationships, twisted in time. I'm filming this now just to express how that film really affected me then, to inspire me to write the review, and how freaky enough it's come back to like sort of twist into my own life and how it's all evolved, and I've almost become Jake Gyllenhaal in the video. I don't even know where that fucking weird sign went. I know that I do introduce myself as Steve Monkey Mason. That's how long ago it is. I do mention it's Concert Bricks when it's meant to be VHSs now. I don't know what happened to that JTG thing. Jump cut, there he is. The one and only. Going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. But yeah, stuck to the ceiling behind loads of pictures. Did need some blue tack. Look how much blue tack was on that. But yeah, as I say, it's been a weird one today filming that, editing it. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely recommend you checking out Nocturnal Animals. And I need to finish editing this review. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Goodbye for now.